everybody. That really sounded like that Simpsons guy. Take two. Hi. Today's topic, I guess, could be about how I figured out that I was a lesbian and how I came out to people. Might be interested, might not be. But I I guess my root was Xena Warrior Princess, which is probably very stereotypical in a lot of people's minds. I was 6 or 7 and I started watching it on TV and had a funny feeling in my pants whenever, Xena came out. It happens. I'm gay. But I didn't really think about anything about it. I mean, I'm like young. You don't think about stuff like that. When I was 12, I was fooling around with a friend of mine, and we started, fooling around. Clothes on, though. Just making out and dry humping, I guess you could say. And I had my first orgasm, but still didn't think anything of that. As I got older, junior high, high school, I found that I was attracted to some of the really hot female teachers and some of my friends, but it still wasn't enough to clue me in that I might be gay or lesbian. I guess I just call it gay. I don't know how you guys do it there. But all I knew was that I did not like guys. I did not have any interest in dating them. I didn't find any cute. I didn't have crushes. But I still wasn't clicking that I was a lesbian or anything like that. Oh boy, when was it? Probably about 6 months before I met my fiance Jacinda, I started having feelings for a friend of mine who was a lesbian. And some of my friends, our mutual friends, were telling me that, this girl liked me back and asked me if I would ever consider, dating a girl and what I thought about that. And by this time, I was, 20 years old, just turned 20, and thinking, yeah, I'm probably bisexual because, I do want to be with girls, but I was not willing to let go of the heterosexual dream that, I could be normal one day. But, so I kind of just admitted that, I do like girls and I would consider dating this girl. But nothing happened with her. And then eventually, within a couple weeks, I talked to my grandmother, of all people. She's kind of young at heart. She, watches all the popular shows that people my age are watching. She listens to the same type of music. She's just like one of those hip grandmas that, that you see on TV and you totally love, and you're like, oh, I wish that was my grandma. I talked to her before I talked to my mom or my dad or any close friends beside the ones that I said I'm bisexual. And I told her that I think, I might be a lesbian. I like girls. I have no interest in men, but I don't know what to do about it. And she just told me, do whatever you feel like doing. Like, this is your life. This is you. You figure it out, and you do what is you. And so I was like, okay, whatever. So then I started saying, okay, I'm a lesbian. And I wasn't shy with my friends, but there's some people that I would be shy around. I didn't tell my mom right away. I didn't tell my dad right away. My brother, my other grandparents, it was kind of... Sorry, my future brother-in-law keeps texting me. Where was I? So, I was a little uncomfortable telling a lot of family yet. Until I met Jacinda. This was late 2008, and I instantly liked her. You guess you could say love at first sight. Basically, that day I knew, I was like, that's the girl I'm gonna marry. And I kind of told my mom casually, like, yeah, I'm a lesbian. I don't remember exactly how it came up into conversation, but it was kind of like a casual thing. But I remember in high school, I would watch a lot of like Selma Hayek videos or just like videos that starred, like movies that starred really good looking actresses. And my mom would always ask, "Are you a lesbian?" I'd be like, "No." She's like, "Good, because I wouldn't like that." So, but the type of relationship me and my mom have is more of like we pass things off as a joke. So when it did come up in conversation, I said, "Yeah, I'm a lesbian." You know, she assumed I was joking at first, but then I was like, "No, I'm a lesbian. It happens. You're born that way." Oh, Lady Gaga. And then she told me to go see a therapist to make sure that I knew exactly if I was a lesbian or if this was just a phase. But she actually works with a therapist, and the next day my mom went to the work and said, "Hey, my daughter came out as gay. I told her to go talk to somebody," and the therapist kind of just, gave her a slap on the wrist and said, "No, if your child is coming up to you and saying they're gay, then they're gay. Accept it." And yeah, my mom doesn't like to hear gory details of what I like to do in my, sex life, but she accepted it pretty quickly and loves my fiance. Just said like absolutely loves her and adores her. As for my dad, I'm not quite sure how he found out. It might have been um, me changing my Facebook status, liking and from interested in males to interested in females. My brother might have found out and said something to him. But my dad, he was kind of just like, whatever, cool. Didn't change his opinion on me. Didn't really care. It was just me. My brother, on the other hand, he is kind of, we call him like, the little redneck of the family because, he's into redneck things, I guess. It's kind of hard to explain, but he's very anti a lot of things. He drives the trucks, goes hunting, drinks the beer, and we don't like the homosexuals as much as we don't like the races that are, taking up our jobs, and just, he's a little bit of an asshole, let's just say. But he's coming around. He likes Jacinda. He doesn't really say anything to my face anymore, but, whatever. He can have his opinion. It doesn't really affect me much. Whatever. Other grandparents found out. They were very supportive. Honestly, I haven't met anyone in my family or friends circle that has given me a hard time for being a lesbian, which is very awesome. I'm very lucky. I know that a lot of people out there are, if the families aren't very supportive. I had a friend in high school who came from a family that viewed homosexuality as a bad thing on grounds of their religion, and he ended up committing suicide after he came out because his family wasn't going to accept him. I know another girl who got kicked out of her house because she came out as a lesbian. Like, there's different reactions out there, and I am truly, truly blessed that me coming out didn't have, wasn't taken with any negativity. I think knowing that my family has my back no matter what has made me a lot stronger and more confident in myself. And yeah, I'm just really, really lucky. And yeah, there's not much more to it than that. But I know my fiance Jacinda, she has a different coming out story, which is actually kind of funny and kind of sad. But I'm gonna let her tell you guys that one because it's her story to tell. But if you guys have any questions or comments, or if you guys like to leave in the comment section how you came out to your family and friends and how they received, your coming out, I would love to hear it. Love to hear it. So, yeah, that's all I have to say today. See ya. Eagles out.